Sister Laila live. Sister Laila live. Weekly for the show at the hour. Ask Sister Laila live. Sister Laila. Invite your friends and family. Get cozy. Ask Sister Laila.
Wassalamu wa Rasulullah. I want to welcome everybody to the Ask Sister Laila live show. And for the people on Rumble, I don't know what's going on. It says there's some technical issues. I apologize for anybody on Rumble. I don't know what it is, and I don't have time to fix it. I should have looked at it before the class, but I was busy trying to eat. You know, I got to find time so I can feed myself some dinner. But alhamdulillah, so if the people on Rumble, if you can't see, I just hope they just join us on YouTube for tonight, because I don't have the time to go through all that setting it up and trying to figure it out. It'll take too much. The show would be over. But anyway, for everyone else, I'd like to welcome everybody here to the Ask Sister Laila live show. And as you all know, this is the chance where you can come in and type your questions about Islam. It doesn't matter what the question is. And inshallah, you know, we'll try to answer them. If there's a question that I cannot answer, don't fret. I have no problems contacting Sheikh Morsi, who is on standby. And as you all know, we also have Dr. Ibrahim Jamali on standby too. So don't fret. You can get your questions still answered here. So just, you know, you can type your question on the screen. If you guys are following me on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or on Twitch, or X, you can, or Rumble, you can simply just type on the screen. If you're following me on Odyssey, you have to join the YouTube channel so I can see what you type. And I'm not streaming on Instagram today, because today I'm trying, I'm also streaming on Telegram. So I'm trying something. Instead of me streaming on Instagram today, I'm streaming on Telegram, just to see which one brings about the most people. Because most of the people that use Instagram use YouTube too. But Telegram, these are a lot of my Arabic people, and they like to use only, believe it or not, guys, you hear people speak badly about the United Arab Emirates and all of that. I can't stand when people talk about countries like that. I don't like that, because some of the stuff they say is true, but not most of it. One thing about the United Arab Emirates, they're very strict. They're very strict with the people. They can't use, for example, you cannot FaceTime using WhatsApp in certain areas of United Arab Emirates. You know, they cannot, and they even block certain YouTube channels in the Emirates. They block certain Facebook stuff. So they are very limited in the sources that they can actually watch the streaming of. You know, they don't have a block for the LinkedIn. That's why most of my Emirates, y'all find them on LinkedIn. But I have some a lot of them that use Telegram too. So I hadn't been streaming on Telegram because I was testing out the Instagram. But I got so many emails, so I'm live on Telegram just to see which one brings about the most people. You know me, I'm going to always try to compare stuff to see which one brings about the most benefit for me. So you can also join me live on Telegram. And if you have any questions there, I'm joining Telegram now so I can see whatever you guys may type there. And the channel on all of these social platforms, look for the channel Sunnahfollowers. That's our channel name, Sunnahfollowers. Type there. And the channel on all of these social platforms, that's Telegram. Okay, I'm on Telegram now. And just look for Sunnahfollowers, whatever platform you're using, whatever internet platform. That's what this little blue thing here with the little finger, just, you know, the channel Sunnahfollowers. That's how you can find us on all these platforms, inshallah. So if you want to get your questions asked, you can simply just type them on the screen. Or another thing you can do, You can join our Zoom room, because our Zoom room is open too. You can type your questions there. Sister Fatma is not here today, but Sister Yasmin is. If you have a question and you want to type it in the Zoom room, join the Zoom room. Don't message me, because I don't read no private messages. Y'all know I ain't into no private crap. So don't even attempt it. Type it publicly there for Sister Yasmin, and Sister Yasmin can say your question for you. Or you can take the microphone yourself in the Zoom room and come by with your question. And by the way, Yasmin, keep your eye open, because that person will probably try to come in too, because they know that I got it locked. So, and
okay.
I forgot he's listening. So he'll probably try to come in here any minute. So, but anyway, so you can come there, go into the Zoom room, and Yasmin will read your question. And let me give the address to it. This is Ask Sister Laila Live. And you can also call in on WhatsApp, or join the WhatsApp group and type your question there. The WhatsApp number is 8. What is our number? 8 what? 76? I think so. 876-370-2838, I believe. Somebody can check to make sure. Let me check to make sure. Hold on. Well, okay, I'm at 876, I believe. Wait a minute. Let me look.
Join us every Friday.
No, 862.
For the Access
862. Okay, 862. I'm sorry, guys. I know that thing is up, but Fatma's not here. She usually has all that information for me, so I'm sorry. Let me fix this Zoom room back. Hold on. So I can see. I'm sorry, people. See, you appreciate your people when they ain't here, because she usually has all that ready for me. Hold on. Oh God, I messed up. Oh, Fatma, you should have gave me a heads up so I could have been prepared. Hold on, guys. I got to straighten this up. I don't know what I did. Let me try to fix it. So that shows I can't do that, or I'm gonna mess up my stream. Okay, so I won't try anything. But anyway, 862, I think it was. Or you can 2838. Or you can join www.sunnahfollowers.net and type your question there. And when you come to our my website at www.sunnahfollowers.net, there's a chat box there that you can click on to open. And that chat box will also allow you to send a question. So you can just, it'll send it directly to me through the WhatsApp group. So if you go to the Sunnahfollowers.net and you just want to be anonymous with a question, you can just open up that chat box, type your name, and it'll send it to me too. So there's several different ways that you can get your questions answered about Islam, and like I said, typing on the screen where you are, that always works. That seems to work. Most of the questions I get come from right here on the live anyway. So y'all know me, I got to get it color coordinated. Hello, it's color coordinated for today. We're going to do blue. What can I say? I usually have my pink up. I don't know what happened to my little pink banner. I thought I made a pink one, but I guess I didn't, because I don't see pink. But I don't, or purple. I had a purple one. What's this one? Oh, there it is. There's our banner. There it is. Purple. It's called, why did I call it black? On my stream program, it's called black, guys. That's why I couldn't. Oh, there. Let's get the color right. That's one thing about being OCD and a woman. Everything has to be just right. Okay, so any questions that you have, you guys can start typing your questions now if you like. You like that? Yeah, that's that one. And hey, this is the Twitch. There's Twitch. Oh, look at Twitch. Let's go with the Twitch one today because Twitch's background is purple. There's the Twitch. I'll use the put the Twitch up there. So on Twitch, and by the way, walaikum salam on Twitch. I can see you're typing on Twitch too. There you go. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. You guys are coming in. LinkedIn, y'all coming in strong. So you can start typing your questions as we begin our discussion for tonight too. One of the things that I spoke about yesterday, I think it was, something that's come to my attention. You guys can type your questions while I speak about this briefly. You know, it's really kind of sad to see how we are as an ummah today. The sins that we're doing, the innovations that we have introduced into this religion are mind-boggling. Like I was telling you guys yesterday, some of the sisters, African-American, and a few Arabs too, because the ones out of Indiana said that they go to an Arabic mosque. What is this nonsense? You know, where did this come from that when a woman gets the age of 40, you don't marry her? A woman goes, she's no good. What is this? I mean, this is something new to me, and this is a madhab. I really hope that now that Dr. Jamali, by the way, guys, you know, Dr. Jamali's lecture is tomorrow. He's a scholar of Islam, and he specializes in marriage and divorce and all that. And remind me to bring this up to him. What madhabs which one of the four madhabs teaches that it's best to marry a woman who's under the age of 40? Because if a woman is 40 years old, something's wrong with her. Who said that? So whatever, based on that madhab, you know, these people that follow it, they divorce their wives. They stay married to you until you get to, when you get close to 40, they divorce you and they marry another woman that's either 20 or 30 years old. These are men who don't marry any women older than 30. Can y'all believe that? So I guess if you 30, they're only giving you 10 years of marriage. And whatever children you have, I'm sorry, they gonna grow up without their daddy. Because once you turn 40, they kicking you to the curb and marrying somebody else that's 30 or 20. I remind me, Fame ain't in here. Y'all remind me tomorrow to ask Dr. Jamali what madhab, which one of the four imams said it's best to marry a woman under the age of 40. Because this is ridiculous. That is sick. And the sad thing is, these men are old. These are men who are 60, 50, 60, 70 years old. These women said their husbands are 50, 60, and 70 years old. But because they're 40, you got to go. Even though we had a nice marriage, you got to go. And I'm getting ready to marry a 30-year-old. Then when she turned 40, she got to go. And my thing is, what kind of women would marry these men? Why would you want a 50, 60, 70-year-old man when you ain't but 20 or 30? I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous. It's not Islamic, you know, and the sad thing is a woman doesn't even reach her best until after the age of 40. Women get better. You haven't even experienced a woman that doesn't have a menses. Women don't even enjoy life until after our menses is gone. So these brothers are hurting themselves. That means that they'll never experience a woman in the prime of her life. Menses is a very painful state to be in. We don't even live until it's gone. Believe you me. Best thing that ever happened was when I no longer had a menses. Oh my God, because I suffered. I suffered all my life from the age of 9. When my menses was gone, I prayed. I said, thank you, my Lord. No more pain, no more suffering. Now I can live. Subhanallah. Yeah, remind me to ask Dr. Dramali about that tomorrow. That's what happens when you follow these methabs blindly. I don't know which one of them because I'm not a methabian person. But we'll talk about that with Dr. Dramali. Let's see. We got some questions here on the screen. Let me look at this first question here. Walaikum salam, Miss Jackson. There's Miss Jackson. She has a question here. She wants to know, is it innovation if I fast on Fridays because I was born on Fridays? No, but it's haram. I repeat. It is haram. I repeat, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said it is haram to fast on Fridays unless you fast either the day before it or the day after it too. Do you understand, Goldie? Because Friday is our Sabbath. We don't fast on Fridays unless you're going to fast Thursday and Friday, or you can do Friday and Saturday. And by the way, the Prophet used to fast on Monday, not just because it was the day he was born. This is a hadith that is very, 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 very misunderstood. A lot of the innovators try to use one part of that hadith to celebrate birthdays, but that's not the only reason why and it ain't even the main reason the Prophet fasted on Mondays. Let me tell you the whole hadith. It ain't got nothing to do with his birthday. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said every Monday and every Thursday, the deeds of mankind are presented before Allah, and either Allah will choose to forgive you or not. So that's why he fasted on Mondays and Thursdays. He didn't fast because he was celebrating a birthday. That's misconception. And the Muslims, American Muslims, are going to have to stop lying on the Prophet. They're going to have to stop taking the hadiths of the Prophet and twisting them around to commit sin. He said the number one reason why he fasted on Mondays is because he said, when Allah looks at my deeds, even though I'm a prophet of Allah, even though he has already said he would forgive me, shouldn't I show my gratitude to my Lord? Shouldn't I show how grateful I am to him? So I fast every Monday. He said I also fast on Mondays to thank Allah for decreeing that I be born and decreeing that I be a messenger of his, already forgiven for my sins. So he wasn't fasting to celebrate no birthday. He was fasting on Mondays to thank Allah for making him a prophet, forgiving him of his sins, and putting him in paradise. The Prophet Muhammad will not go to hell. He will be the first one to enter paradise. When he learned that, when the angel Jibril told him, "Oh Muhammad, you will be the first of mankind to enter paradise," the Prophet said, well, I'm going to fast every Monday and every Thursday, since these are the 2 days of the week that Allah looks at our deeds and determines what he's going to do. So I'm going to fast those 2 days to show my gratitude to him. So that's the hadith. It ain't got nothing to do with no birthday. So my answer to this question is, if you fasting for your birthday, don't do it, because that's innovation. Fasting on your birthday, that's innovation, because that ain't the reason why the Prophet fasted on Mondays. That ain't the main reason. And in regards to Fridays, none of us can fast on Fridays unless you fast the day before it or the day after. What's the dalil? What's the source? Sahih Bukhari and Muslim. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam went to visit his wife Zainab, and she was fasting. The Prophet said, "Why are you fasting?" She said, "I just wanted to do a fast." He said, "Did you fast yesterday?" She said, "No." He said, "Do you plan on fasting tomorrow?" She said, "No." The Prophet said, "Break your fast, because this is our day. This is our sacred day. And you do not fast on it unless you're going to fast the day before or the day after. And Allah knows best." Okay? So if it's about a birthday, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Y'all better stop that birthday stuff. Because all you doing is celebrating yourself. Who do you think you are? You ain't no God. The Prophet didn't think he was a God to be worshipped. He wasn't celebrating his birthday. He fasted to thank Allah, to show gratitude to Allah for making him a prophet and forgiving him of all his sins and putting him in paradise. Does everybody understand? Take that birthday innovation out the door. Stop listening to those brothers down in Texas who misconstrue the hadiths to appease you. And Allah knows best. All right. I got to be rough and tough when it comes to innovation. Yeah, we get rough and tough with innovation. Yeah. Okay, so of course, there's exceptions, as like Goldie is saying. Now, if you're making up your fast, the same thing, sister. Now, that's a little different. Say, for example, you got to make up your fast from Ramadan, and Ramadan comes in a week. Ramadan will come in a week. You got enough time, Miss Jackson. You got enough time. Ramadan ain't for a few months now, so you don't have to fast on Friday to make up your Ramadan. But if you were that close to Ramadan coming, then it would be an exception. But it's not an exception for you. You got enough time to make up Ramadan. You've had a long time to make it up. So don't fast on Fridays unless you're going to fast Saturday too. Now, if you fasted today and you want it to count, fast tomorrow. If you did today, you can do tomorrow. And Allah knows best. Everybody understand? And I'm getting messages on this phone. Let me see what's going on here. I haven't seen none of the Fresno people, so I don't even know if Mina is around, because I can't see this stuff. Okay, good job, Miss Jackson. I thought you did. Yeah, I thought you made your days up. Yeah, most of the people who come here, you guys know. Let me talk about making up the days of Ramadan right quick. These brothers, they just make me angry. Not only do the innovators have you thinking that you can fast on your birthday because the Prophet fasted his birthday, which is not true. They also tell you, and these are those Sufi innovator brothers, and brothers who follow the Maliki Madhab. I do know that because I've heard one of the famous Maliki scholars speak about this. How do I want to say this? I'm putting my words together. How many of you have heard, the hadith where Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said that they used to make up their Ramadan days in the month of the month before Ramadan? Y'all don't talk about that hadith? You'll hear people say that the Prophet did the most fasting during that month before Ramadan. And also Aisha and all the women would make up their fast, the fast they missed that month. So these brothers have women thinking that it's best to wait until the month before Ramadan to make up their fast because they're not telling them the whole story, the history of that hadith. No. Let me tell you guys what Sheikha Aisha bin Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with her, Zawja to Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said. The real Sheikha. You know, the real Sheikha. The mother of the believers. Let me tell y'all this whole hadith. When the women from Syria were sent by Muawiyah to ask Aisha questions about women's issues and all of that, because these were converts. This is when Muawiyah had made himself the governor of Syria, okay, and declared himself the caliph. And he has sent a lot of delegations of women and their husbands to Medina to learn from Ibn Abbas, who was the governor of Medina at that time, Ibn Umar, and also Aisha. May Allah be pleased with them all. So when the women came and asked her questions about fasting and about making up their Ramadan fast, Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, we did a lot more fasting in the month before Ramadan than any other time. She said, but that was because that's the only time we had free. She said, we were in constant battle. The Quraysh were constantly instigating battles and attacks against us. She said, even my husband, we were constantly at battle against the Quraysh and against the other tribes, that we didn't have no time to fast because it's hard to fast when you're fighting on the battlefield. And we are a people of the desert. We are Bedouins of the desert. It's hot here. The climate is hotter here, she said, than where you Roman women come from. She said, so we only had that month to make up our Ramadan fast because that was the only month that we weren't fighting. She said, but my husband, the Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, said, death, you never know when death will come for you. She said, he told us it's best to make up. Pay off your debts. What's the hadith? It says, pay off your debts to Allah as soon as you can before death comes to you, because Allah is more deserving of the debts to be paid off to him than man is. This hadith is in Sahih Bukhari. It's also in Muslim. It's also a Muwatin hadith. Okay? So Aisha told the Roman women, she said, don't wait to the last minute to make up your Ramadan fast. She said, make up those fasts as soon as you can, because death is guaranteed and you don't never know when it's going to come. And you want your debts to Allah to be paid off. So that's the answer. That's why the women waited to that last month. They didn't have a chance. But in times of peace, they weren't fighting anymore. Aisha and all the female companions, they made their Ramadan up ASAP. They completed their Ramadan as soon as possible. Okay? Does that answer that question about fast? So you sisters should have made your days up. If you haven't, you have until the beginning of Ramadan. Y'all need to get those fasts made up ASAP. I know some of you are sick. you know, or whatever, you know, that's an exception. You know, you do it when you can. But if you healthy and ain't nothing wrong with you, you women need to get busy on those fasts. They should have been made up by now. I know Miss Jackson made up her because I remember when she was talking about it. Yeah, Mina, I don't know what all that beeping was I was getting. See what's going on with that. My other phone was beeping. I can't read that stuff. I really can't. Yeah, Sister Miss Jackson said, yeah, she said many sisters wait till the winter. I know. Let me tell y'all something. I ain't gonna lie. I'm an old woman now. Girl, let me tell you something. When I was in my teens and when I was in my 20s, that's why I say you brothers who are divorcing your wives because you think that marrying a woman that's over 40 is bad, honey, you ain't experienced a real woman. Because when women are 20 and 30, we do some stupid things. When I was a teenager and in my 20s and 30s, girl, I would wait till the winter time too. I said, I ain't fasting. It's too hard. Now that I'm an old woman, oh, heck no. Y'all got to remember, age. With age comes wisdom. With age comes wisdom and patience, and you can look back on the choices you made when you were in your 20s and 30s. That's youth. You know, when I was young, I was foolish. I had a bad temper too. When I was young, I had no control over my tongue. I had no control over my fist. Oh yeah, I'm heavy-handed. Latifah tell you, Layla's heavy-handed. So I had a hard time controlling my fist and my tongue when I was young. But once I became older, in my 40s and 50s and 60s, I've mellowed out. I learned how to be more patient, more forgiving, less heavy-handed. You know, so you brothers that's divorcing your women because they almost 40, y'all missing out. Crazy. That's why y'all can't stay married. I mean, come on. And what they see in you, because you the one that go downhill. Men are the ones that go downhill, not women. What kind of woman wants some 50, 60, 70-year-old man? Are you crazy? I don't. Well, one, and that's it. All right, let's see. Question here from Brother Umar. Oh, mashallah. Walaikum salam, Brother Umar. Where you been? I've been looking for you in my classes. You heard me mentioning you in the classes? I'm always sending salams to you. Do you listen to my lectures and hear me always salaming you and speaking about you, asking about you? May Allah bless you. May Allah forgive you of your sins. May Allah keep you strong and firm upon Siratul Mustaqim, the straight path of balance. Ameen. My little brother. He said a few weeks ago, I asked about the Imam Mahdi, and it's been on my mind. I'm curious about how the Imam Mahdi will convince. I'm going to give you the same answer that the Prophet Muhammad gave the companions. When the Prophet sallallahu alaihi, let me quote the whole hadith. What's the source? Sahih Bukhari. The companions tell us that one day after Fajr, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stood up on the pulpit and he started talking, and he didn't stop except to take a break for prayer. Then he'd come back and continue it. And this continued till way after Isha. And what he talked about were the signs of the last hour. And he talked about everything that would happen up until the horn was blown. And he had the people scared. They said some of us were terrified. Many of the people were terrified about the Antichrist. He said, and then some of us, like myself, I had questions about the Mahdi. So the next day we began to approach the prophet and we asked him questions about the Antichrist, questions about the Mahdi, questions about the Gog and the Magog, questions. So finally, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, gathered us all together. He gathered us all together after prayer the next day. And he said, many of you have come to me with questions about the Antichrist, questions about the Mahdi, questions about the greater signs of the last hour. He said, in regards to the Antichrist, y'all don't need to think about him no more. Don't worry about him because I am here. And if the Antichrist were to appear today or any time that I am here, I will deal with him. He says, so I don't want y'all to think about the Antichrist no more. That's over, done with. He said, in regards to the Mahdi, like I told you, Allah will inspire him. Allah will establish him. He will have Allah as his helper, Allah as his protector, Allah as his guide. So don't worry about him. He will take care of his business. The Mahdi, Brother Omar, will do what Allah commands him to do. And he won't have a problem doing it because he has the best guidance, the guidance of Allah. So like the prophet told the companions, don't worry about the Antichrist. I'm here. Don't worry about the Mahdi because he'll be guided by Allah. He said, instead, worry about yourself. He told the companions, worry about yourself. Because if you live, and I'm telling you, Brother Omar, the same way the prophet answered them, if you are living on this earth, when the Mahdi comes, most of the people living on earth at that time will be so weak in their belief in Allah. The Muslims living on earth at that time, most of them will be hypocrites and they will be following the Antichrist. So don't worry how the Mahdi will do his job. Instead, focus on you. Make sure that you are living your life today, that you are following the correct belief system. Make sure that you are not following one of the sects or groups that's leading to hell. Make sure that you, Brother Omar, are on the traditional Islam. And what is the traditional Islam? That's the Islam that the Prophet Muhammad came with. That's the belief system that the companions had. So worry about you, because if you are not upon the traditional Islam, Brother Omar, you will be the enemy of the Mahdi. So don't worry about that. All these questions, and when the Prophet told the companions that, that's when they stopped with all those questions. None of you Muslims today should be asking, how will the Mahdi do anything? Because the Mahdi will be established by Allah. Instead, what all you Muslims need to be asking is, will I be a supporter of his, or will I be an enemy to him? Because most of Muslims living on earth at that time will be enemies to him. He will only have a few followers. That's why he will appeal to the Christians. He will have to get help from the Christians, because most of the so-called Muslims are kafir. So that's how he'll be able to do it. What does Allah say in the Quran, Brother Omar? Who is closer to belief with us? The Christians are. So it will be the Christians who will join forces and support him, because he's not going to have much support, because the Muslims on earth are kafir, most of them. Like you see, look around you. How many of us are truly upon the correct belief system? I'm going to tell you guys, as a daya, most of you come from deviant backgrounds. Most of you don't even know what the traditional Islam is. That's why you guys are attracted to me. Alhamdulillah. That's why Allah brought you all to me. Because most of us were raised upon something other. Even myself. Most of us were raised upon something other than the traditional Islam. So Allah has guided y'all here to the truth, as he's guided me to learn the truth from the real scholars, not the internet men. I didn't learn from no dude off no internet celebrity. I learned from real scholars of Islam. My scholars that taught me were real scholars of the ulama. They were not famous personalities of America or UK or Jordan. They were real ulama. So don't worry about the Mahdi. All those questions and thoughts about the Mahdi, they're nonsense, as the Prophet told the companions. Because the Mahdi doesn't need your help. He doesn't need my help. Because Allah is the one that's going to establish him. He's got the best help of all. Allah! The question is, Umar, are you going to be following the Antichrist? That's the question. Okay. And Allah knows best. Let's see what else he got here. Brother, don't worry about that. That political stuff, once you learn the correct belief system, Brother Omar, you will learn that Allah is in charge, not any country. America is not in charge of nothing. Israel is not in charge of anything. Everything that's happening in this world, Brother Omar, including the war, it's happening because Allah said for it to happen. That's what I'm talking about. That's what the Prophet told the companions. Check your belief system, Omar. If you are on the same belief system as the Mahdi, you would know that. You would know that man doesn't have the power to hurt anything. Nor does man have the problem to the power to benefit anything. The power belongs to Allah. The Mahdi is a believer in Allah. The Mahdi will be upon what the Prophet Muhammad was upon and his companions. But are you upon that? These type of questions show that you're not there yet. So until the Mahdi comes, I think what you need to do, Brother Omar, is what the Prophet told the companions. Until the Antichrist comes, until the Mahdi comes, know that the last hour comes to all of us when the angel of death takes your soul. So work on your aqidah. Make sure, Brother Omar, that you understand what La ilaha illallah means. Because these type of questions, baby, they just show that you're not learning the deen correctly. You're focusing on politics. You're focusing on war. You're focusing on all those things that are not going to shape your belief in Allah. You're focusing on the punishments that Allah sends to us as a result of us not knowing what it means to believe in him. I want y'all to know, Allah says in the Quran, Brother Omar, war comes from him. It don't come from Israel. Israel is a puppet that does what Allah commanded to do or order it to do. Okay, Allah is the one who is orchestrating everything. He says in the Quran, all good, all evil comes from me. He says, I send war. And I send it for 3 reasons. Number 1, to cleanse the earth of you bad, corrupt people who don't believe in me, who won't worship me the way I command. I send it as a punishment to you. He said, I also send war so that the true believers amongst you can see from the reaction of each other who is a real believer and who isn't. And I also send war as a means of offering the true patient and the true believer something better than all of this. But it comes from me. Allah says that in the Quran, Brother Omar. Allah sent this war. And just like he sent it, he can say, boop, and take it away. But Allah says, I will never, ever change the condition of a people until that people take the steps to change themselves. You reap what you have sown. I am the orchestrator. Submit. This is Allah in control, Brother Omar, not Israel, not America, not Laila. And that's what the prophet told the companions when they came to him with these questions too. Y'all better work on yourself. Brother Omar, instead of trying to figure out the Mahdi, you ain't got to figure him out, because the Mahdi is a believer who believes in Allah. We already know that. But the question is, are you a believer or are you a hypocrite? Focus on learning this religion. Focus on learning what La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah means and what your obligations to Allah are. Come to my 6 o'clock classes every day. Aqeedah, Aqeedah, Aqeedah. And then you wouldn't be asking these type of questions because you know the answer to them. Okay? And Allah knows best. I hope that's clear to all the youth here, because so many of our kids ask these type of questions. You know? All right, let's see. Sister Amira. She says 60s. Oh, yeah. That's why I got to get the kids straight. Why do y'all think that I don't have but 20 followers who are women? Most of my followers are men. Women are jealous. And that's why I have to tell these young girls, I am not your equal. I'm your great grandmother. I am not 20. I am not 30. I am not 40. I am not 50. I am not even 60. I'm old enough to be your great grandmama. So get over that jealousy and learn to respect your elders. The simple fact that I'm much, much older than you and look like I look must mean something. The believers. Allah says one of the things that distinguishes us, if a person is sincere in their belief in him, he will put the light upon their face. So the simple fact that I'm not your age and I'm so much older than you that I can be your great grandmother and I still look this good, that should tell you that I'm somebody you need to listen to. I'm somebody you need to learn from. But no, we women are too jealous. We women are too jealous of other women. We rather follow the men who are innovators. So keep following the men. Like the prophet said, a woman will follow a deviant man all the way to hell. And that's why there's going to be more women in hell than men, because we women fail to see the light of the believing woman. We don't want to see the light of the believing woman. Or jealousy. Yeah, I'm an old woman. I done been there, done that. I'm past the menses. I'm in the prime of my life. And I'm telling you, girls, life is good once you get in your prime. You ain't got to deal with that crap no more. Best thing that ever happened. Whew. Just crazy. Yeah, that pain and cramps and headaches and PMS and PMS never goes away. But I'm going to tell you, that's a blessing when Allah relieves you of that. Oh, God, you ain't got to deal with that no more. All right. But you got to fast the whole month of Ramadan. It comes with the bad. The bad of not having a menses is you have no break. You got to pray every day. There's no break. You have no break from praying and no break from fasting. That's the only bad part. Okay? But you ain't got that other drama either. You can live without worrying, oh, what day of the month is it? Is it time? Oh my God, I'll be on my menses then. You ain't got to do any of that. Worry about that. It's over. Yeah, getting old is not bad. It's a good thing, guys. And by the way, for the sisters here, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, one of the signs that Allah is pleased with you is that He will cause you to live a longer life. He'll cause you to get old, because Allah knows that the one thing that man fears is death. None of us, all of us fear dying. So Allah will hesitate to take the life of a person that He loves. So you should never be ashamed to get old. I am proud. I am 63 years old. And I'm still in good shape. And that light is still there. That's a sign that I'm doing something right by my Lord. So don't ever fear getting old, sisters. Don't let these brothers talk that garbage to y'all. The best wife that the Prophet Muhammad had was old lady Khadijah. One of the second most perfect woman ever created was old lady Khadijah. May Allah be pleased with her. And even though Khadijah was an old woman, the women hated her. They were jealous of her, because even though she ran rings around them in her age, Khadijah still was beautiful. That light, Allah, that's a sign. If Allah makes you live to be 60, 70, 80 years old and you still look good, you look like you 20, that's the sign that Allah is happy with you. And that's how Khadijah was. She didn't look her age. She was beautiful. She was a woman of dignity, a woman of finesse. And she was wealthy. She had everything that all the women wished they had. She had the looks, the money, the power, and the man. And she knew how to keep her man. Don't y'all know that the men used to tease the Prophet Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, especially when he received the call to prophethood. Abu Jahal, Abu Lahab and them, they used to come to the Prophet and make fun of him. They used to say, you married to that old lady Khadijah. Don't you wish you had a young wife? The Prophet said, you're just angry because my wife refused you. He said, and Khadijah is all I ever need. It's all I ever need. And that's why he never married anyone else when he was with her. She was more woman than any other woman could be, and was beautiful. And she was old in age, but beautiful in appearance. And she was physically good too. So don't let these brothers tell y'all that stuff. I don't know what's going on, what type of mathab that is. We're going to talk about that with Jamali tomorrow. But these men that's telling you, sisters, that once you turn 40, you are no good. Who are they? They must have never heard about Khadijah, radiallahu anha. They never heard about Sauda either. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said Sauda was in her 50s. But wasn't nobody better on the battlefield than Sauda was. Hello. Sauda could throw down with that spear. You know, the Arab women were warriors. She said nobody was better than Sauda on that field. In other words, her age didn't have nothing to do with it. She didn't look her age, and she could move. That's a blessing. All the prophets' wives were beautiful women, and they were older. Sauda was an older woman. So was Khadijah. They ran rings around the young girl, Aisha. Aisha admits it. She said, why was she jealous? Because I was the youngest one, and they ran rings around me. They were better than me on the battlefield. Better than me in looks. Better than me. Strong in spirit. So y'all stop letting these men break y'all. I don't know who these brothers are. They need to meet somebody like Laila Nasheeba. Hello. Show them how much man they ain't. How dare they tell you sisters that stuff? It's ridiculous. All right. Let's see. What else we got here? Okay, Brother Tajri. Oh, wait. Let's get this traveling one. Here's one about traveling. And she says, Miss Jackson, she says, if I am traveling, can I wait till I get home? Yes. Let me tell y'all something. I heard another answer to this question from the four mathabs. I'm telling you, Islam is only based on two sources, guys. The Book of Allah and the Hadiths, the Sunnah of the Prophet. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam. You will find many hadiths in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, the book of travel, how the companions, some of them would combine, not shorten. Some of them would combine, not shorten, Miss Jackson. They would combine their prayers before they even left the house to go on a journey. Sa'id al-Khudri was one. And he was one of the ones that narrate the most hadiths. Ibn Umar, Ibn Abbas, Sa'id al-Khudri, Anas, many are the hadiths where they say how sometimes when traveling, they would combine before leaving. And also they would combine when they got home. But as far as shortening, no, Sister Miss Jackson. There's no need for you to shorten the prayer because you're home from traveling. But you can combine them. You can make Dhuhr and Asr together when you get home. But don't shorten them because you're at home now. Okay? And you can combine Dhuhr and Asr before you leave. But don't shorten them because you're not traveling yet. But yes, you can combine. You understand the answer? What's the source? Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, hadith from Ibn Abbas, Ibn Umar, Sa'id al-Khudri, Abu Huraira, Salama, and I think there's one from Habiba. photographic memory. Bukhari and Muslim. So I don't know about these madhabs. I don't deal with madhabs. I learned the Sunnah, the Sitta. Sorry. And that's the correct answer. Nobody understands this religion better than those companions. The originals. Yes. But yeah, you can combine, but not shorten. Okay. And again, this is another good question too. In regards to traveling, I know a lot of you brothers and sisters who come from madhabs. Some of the madhabs tell you that you have to travel a certain distance to combine. That's not true either. As Ibn Abbas, as Sa'id al-Khudri, as Ibn Umar and Aisha, may Allah be pleased with them all. And these hadiths are all in Bukhari and Muslim too, the book of travel. You will find many different hadiths where sometimes the Prophet would travel the distance of a mile. Sometimes he wouldn't. He would travel less than that. As Ibn Abbas said, anytime you leave your regular place of residence to go to another part of the earth that's not your part of residence, you can combine and shorten. So it's not based on miles. It's based on being in my city, my home, my place of residence. Okay? I live in Cuyahoga Falls, but I also do my shopping in Stowe. I also do my shopping in Hudson. And I also do my shopping in Akron. So those are all, and also Kent. These are all parts of my residence. Those towns are places I frequent all the time. Cuyahoga Falls, Kent, Stowe, Akron. Those are all part of my residence. But if I want to drive to where Mukhtar and my mother live in Cleveland Heights, or where Latifah lives in East Cleveland, or even where Carmetta lives. Carmetta only lives 15 minutes away from me. She's in a town called Twinsburg. I don't know anything about Twinsburg. I never go there for anything. It's not part of my residence. So technically, if I went to Carmetta's house, I can combine my prayers and I can shorten, because this is not part of my residence, even though she's just 15 minutes away from me. You get that? So to shorten and combine the prayers is not based on miles, unlike what the four imams say. Just like the four imams say that a woman can only bleed for a certain amount of days. No, the Prophet Muhammad said a menses is not determined by the amount of days a woman bleeds. It's determined by the color of the blood. What's the source? Bukhari. Well, just like the Prophet said that, he said the same thing about traveling. It's not determined by the amount of miles you go. It's not the distance. It's the place of residence. What's the source? Bukhari and Muslim. And Allah knows best. We have to learn these hadiths. We have to learn these hadiths, man, and not these schools of thought or opinions. We don't deal with opinion in Islam. We only deal with facts. The facts that Allah presented to us and the Prophet Muhammad. And if something is not clear, we look to see how the companions understood it to be. Not the four imams. Not Ibn Taymiyyah. I want to know what the companions said it means. That's traditional Islam. How many of us are upon that? How many of us are upon traditional Islam? It's not that many of us. Now do y'all see why when the Mahdi come, most Muslims are going to be on the side of the Antichrist? Because as the prophet said, unless you have the correct Aqidah before these things happen, there's no hope for you. It's too late to change Aqidah then. So unless your belief system is correct before that Mahdi comes, you're going to be right over there with the Antichrist. We got to get our understanding together. It ain't about what nobody said, but the prophet and Allah. It ain't about nobody's understanding of those hadiths except the companions, because nobody understands it better than them. And you got to know the hierarchy amongst them. Okay? All right. Let's see what else we got. Okay, here's another question, Brother Tajri. Can you explain water seeks his own level? Oh, that's just a saying. It's not a hadith. It's just something that you hear people, the wise people say. Water will go to wherever its level is. In other words, people stay with people who are like them. You're going to stick with people like you. You're going to look for people or things that resemble you. That's why the Prophet Muhammad said, be careful who you choose to be your friends. You want to seek people who are strong in their faith, strong in their practice. You want to seek people who are better than you, stronger than you. You don't want to seek out people who are like you or less than you. The prophet said, look to those who are above you, not those who are beneath you. That's the meaning of that. Try to aim high. Be maqasid. What's maqasid? Reach the higher aim. I want to be with the higher people, the better people. Aim high, Muslims. Don't seek people that's on your level. Seek people who are above you. That's what I do. I try to seek out people who are higher than me, not people less than me, and not people on my level, because I won't grow. How are you going to grow if you with people on your level? You become stagnant. And that's what you sisters need to look for in a husband too. You don't want a man that you have to teach. You want a man that's higher than you, that knows more than you. Why would I marry a man who don't know as much as me? How can he lead me to paradise? I got to lead him. And women weren't built to be leaders. That's not our makeup to be a leader. We become followers of men. So when you look for a husband, you want a man that's above you in his knowledge, above you in his practice, above you in his understanding. Now, do you sisters see why I'm single? It's hard for me to find a man that's on my level, and even harder to find one above my level. My pay grade is pretty high. Literally. I want somebody's pay grade higher than mine. And it ain't that many brothers around like that, because they don't know these hadiths. Until you learn these hadiths, you out of Laila's league, brothers. Hello. Close the door. You're out of your league, dude. All right, let's see. But that's what that means, Tajri. Let's see. What happened, Goldie? Wait a minute. Here, Goldie said, my 40-year-old friend, sister, stole 28-year-old Dr. Ahmed's heart. Really? Oh, yeah. Oh, I see what she said. Oh, yeah. That's another topic, guys, we need to have. You know, the brothers that ain't stupid, they trying to get with the older women because they know the older women are in the prime and have more fun than those young girls. The young girls got to deal with all that sickness and childbirth and pregnancy and all that stuff. Those fear of pregnancy, fear of this. A lot of these young bros, they looking for the older women that look good. Yeah, they trying to hook up with the older women that still got it going on. Yeah, you right, Goldie. That's a lot of drama to deal with. The menses and sicknesses, and plus the immature mind and emotionalism out of control. We all emotional, even when we old, but when you get older, you balance it. I think I'm better than I was when I was younger. Y'all know that I was rough and tough. I ain't rough now. I talk a game, but y'all know I'm a big crybaby. Okay. All right. Okay. Any questions in the Zoom room, Sister Yasmin? I got them all for YouTube. And
no questions. No.
These sisters probably sitting up there. They all probably ain't. Are those the young girls in the Zoom room? They angry. Yeah, the young girls are mad. I know y'all are. Let me open up the Zoom so I can see who all in there. Where they at? Who in here? Oh. 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 Oh no, these are not the young girls. These are the old ladies. Sabrine, is she in there? Anissa, did you go to your thing today? Anissa, she had an appointment, didn't she, guys, to go to that doctor or something?
No, I chilled out today.
Okay, your foot, you still fine. Did you drive? It was driving. Weren't you supposed to drive?
I can, but it was cloudy today. We got a lot of storms going on around here.
We do too.
I just stayed in and chilled out.
Okay, but you do got somebody you can drive with, though, right?
I can drive, yeah.
Oh wow, I'm so happy for you, Anissa. And how's your mom? She's okay too?
She's doing good.
Alhamdulillah. And you you got your coupons, you said, right?
Yeah, I got that. Yeah, they gave me. I got all my discounts.
Okay, good. Because I sent you that thing that email supposed to give you discounts too. I think I sent you one too, Geechee. Yeah. Geechee, check your email. I sent you if you wanted that factor stuff that I'm eating. By the way, y'all sisters, Goldie, for the sisters here like Layla, we ain't got time to cook. I don't have time to cook because I'm streaming. Plus, I eat healthy. I eat, organic, and since I had my bariatric surgery, I'm on a low calorie, low fat, I don't eat fried food diet. Check out Factor 75, y'all. Their food is good. It's what the hospitals give you, and it's good, and it's organic, and it's fresh, real stuff, and it's fresh. They cater it to your diet, whatever. If you're diabetic, if you like me, low fat, high protein, like I am, food is good. And if you're interested in, let me know. I can send you a thing that'll give you coupons off the first month. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Yeah. Yeah, okay, let's see what is. Yeah, go ahead. Type your question, sister. Oh, your brother. I'm sorry. I forgot we got brothers in here. Go ahead, bro. Keep it real. I shouldn't get the attitude with the brothers. Go ahead, brother. Type it. Oh, okay. You're an older man. Okay, I'll give you your respect. Alhamdulillah. Girl, he checked Layla. Did you see that, Mina? Is Mina here? Ain't nobody been here today. This is Friday. People at the mosque today. This brother just checked me. He said, I'm an older man. Well, you got my respect. Go ahead and type your question, Aki. I'm sorry. I bet you I'm older than you. He said we the same age. We the same age? Okay, go ahead. Type your question. I'll be nice to you. And while he's typing this question, any other questions, go ahead. Don't be afraid, brother.
Sorry, but I wasn't gonna type anything.
Oh, you want to use the mic? Go ahead, brother Abdi.
I wasn't gonna type anything.
Oh, okay. You don't have to. You want a question? You got a question? You can ask.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Okay. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're asking. Okay. The brother here is asking about prayer. And I'm glad you asked this question because we're talking about that. You know, I'm doing, by the way, guys, I'm doing that how to pray class every day. I mean, every Monday and what is it? Monday and Wednesday or something. Yeah. He wants to know if you're too sick. He said he knows that the hadith says pray sitting if you can't stand. He said that he heard my lecture the other day. Oh, here we go. He heard my lecture the other day. And he heard me say that when I pray standing. He said, can he choose to sit? You know, this is a question that I've been asked about 1,000 times. The hadith is clear. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said standing is a pillar of the prayer. Pray standing if you can. If you cannot pray standing, then pray sitting. You understand the sequence? If you cannot pray sitting, then pray lying down. Okay, so let me explain myself. We the same age. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We the same age Laila is. Laila getting ready to break it down with my little thing about talk about it. We getting ready to talk about it, brother. Here we go.
Whoever's doing this. And by the way, what are you getting a piercing at? Let's talk about it.
Any other questions?
This is gonna be good.
Welcome to Ask Sister Laila Live. We're going to talk about it. So, the hadith is clear. The prophet says, pray standing. And if you can't pray standing, then pray sitting. Even if you read the hadith in the Fusha, it still reads the same way. Okay, I had total knee replacement surgery. You know what that is, don't you, Aki? I'm pretty sure you might have prostrate problems, though. The age you are is prostrate. But anyway, I had total knee replacement surgery. Both my knees were replaced. I can sit like I am. I can stand. I can bow. But I cannot prostrate. And I cannot get on the floor. So, according to the hadith, the prophet said, pray standing. And if you can't pray standing, then pray sitting. So, why would I sit? Because the prophet said, if you pray sitting, you get half the reward of standing. I want the reward, as many as I can get. So when I pray, brother, I do all my prayers standing. I don't sit at all. I do Allahu Akbar. Sami Allahu liman hamidan. Go to my knee and do this. I bow. You know, Sami Allahu liman hamidan, and I come back up. When I'm sitting, I do the bowing. You know, because there's another hadith, and we're going to go over this hadith. The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if you are praying standing, and you cannot prostrate and you cannot sit. That's why I say this is what the hadith means. You got to learn that fusha. He said, if you're praying standing and you can't sit, then make your bowing, make your ruku'ah, make your ruku'ah, make your ruku'ah lower than it would have been if you were doing just the bowing. That hadith is Sahih, Muslim, and Bukhari too. See, the class I'm teaching you guys, I'm taking these hadiths straight out of Bukhari and Muslim. Okay? So, I do my whole prayer standing. And I do just like him. Since I can't prostrate, I'm going to take my bowing lower for prostration. You understand, Aki? So, no, I'm not going to sit in no chair. I'll sit in a chair only if I can't stand. Like the prophet said, pray standing. If you can't, and make your prostration lower than the ruku'ah. But if for some reason I can't stand, then I'll sit. Comprende? You understand? You the same age I am. Was it total knee replacement or hip surgery? or prosthetic. I don't need to know your business, but it was probably one of those three. What you think, Fresno? Prosthetic, probably. Yeah, happens. African-American men. By the way, you African-American men need to get checked out. That prosthetic problems happen with African-American men a lot. Don't know why, but it does.
He called me to make an appointment.
Girl, he just called me a know-it-all. I answered the brother's question, Fresno. You should see he just typed. He said, you ain't nothing but a know-it-all. Well, it's the truth. I mean, I'm a dyer. Prostrated, and you had hip surgery probably. He said he did. He want to know how I knew. It just happens. I figured it was either hip, knee, or prostrate. I figured it was hip and prostrate. But African-American brothers, y'all need to get y'all's prostrates checked. At the age of 40. This brother's 60. Well, he's 63, he said. He's my age. You're doing good, I hope, brother, right? You on medication, and I know I was joking with you, but you're okay, right? He said, yeah, he's okay. Mashallah. Yeah, but that's why I do mine. But if you can't stand, if you said you had hip surgery, the hip is worse than the knee, I heard. So if you can't pray standing, then just sit in a chair. Plus, you got the prostrate problem. So sit in a chair if it's better for you and easier for you. Allah doesn't want religion to be a hardship. And Allah knows best. Laila knows less. He said, I'm a know-it-all. I got to try to make a little joke here. Yeah, any other questions? Any questions in that Zoom room?
Yeah, I have a few anonymous questions.
Go ahead.
Can we Muslims donate our breast milk?
This has to be a Bantu who asked this question. I'm going to tell you why I know it's a Bantu, because we had a big fight here about that 10 years ago. Those women got so mad at me. They were from Texas. They left my website and slandered my character. No! And I'm going to tell you why. Islam, as we talked about in our class today, is all about protecting and preserving the lineage. It's all about protecting and preserving the family lineage, the kinship. After Allah created us, that's when the kinship rose. And it said, oh Allah, I have rights. The kinship has rights. The kinship is under the throne of Allah. And as I told you guys yesterday, when we go across that Sirat bridge, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be standing on the opposite side. On his right will be truthfulness, and on his left will be the kinship. And the kinship is going to speak out against whatever you've done to destroy it. Adoption is haram. It's a sacrilege because it destroys the kinship, the lineage. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, anytime a woman gives her breast milk to a baby under the age of 2, it doesn't matter if the baby took 1 suck. I know some of these math apps tell y'all 5 sucks. Well, I'm getting ready to knock that out the ballpark. What's the source? Bukhari and Muslim. Aisha, Sheikha. Sheikha Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her. She said it doesn't matter if the baby took 1 suck. 1 suck. Any child under the age of 2 that takes 1 suck of your milk becomes your child. That means that you are its mother. That means your relatives are its relatives. Your children are its sisters and brothers. So if you were to donate your breast milk, how the heck you gonna know who your children are? How the heck you gonna know? Back in the prophet's time, and still today too, because believe it or not, guys, my father's Arabic. I'm half Arabic. My father's people were Bedouins. Let me tell y'all something. To this day, they still, some of the Bedouin Arabs still suck. The Arab women didn't suckle their own children. They would pay wet nurses. And believe it or not, it's still done. It's still done. It's still done. They still will, some of the Arabic women will still pay for women. And those women that suckle, they keep a record. They keep a registry of the children that they suckle, because those children are theirs. And those children are told who their wet nurse was, so they know that they can't marry them. So can I donate my breast milk? No, because you don't know where it's going. You don't know who it's going to, and you can't keep a record of it. And the kinship is angry with you because you destroyed it. Plus, why would you donate your breast milk when there's other alternatives? This is the thing too. Allah has blessed us in the year 2024. We have all this modern technology. We have all kind of milk, Similac, Enfamil, all that type of stuff, Carnation, all that type of stuff. So what need is there for you to donate your milk to somebody anyway? Hello, ain't no need for that. Plus you're violating the kinship. So you sisters got to get this donating your milk. Where y'all get? Are they paying them for that or something, Yasmin? Where y'all getting this donate the milk from? Are you getting paid?
I'm not sure, but I believe some people get paid for doing
A Astaghfirullah. You don't get paid for that stuff. No, you don't donate your milk. You looking for some money? Go out and DoorDash. I done told you women, take your baby and your cheering, put them in the car with you and do some DoorDashing if you need some money. You ain't got to worry about a babysitter. The children are right there with you, and you can have your little boys go up and down the steps to deliver the people their food and go in the store and pick it up. But no, you don't donate your breast milk for nothing. No, it's ludicrous. And Allah knows best. I gave you the Dalil. Yeah, next question.
He also wants to know if she can accept donated breast milk if she's not able to breastfeed.
Why would the same answer? Why would you accept some? You know who you getting it from? Do you want your child to not marry that kid? You meant that person is gonna be your baby's mama. You willing to share your baby? That's gonna be his mama. You want his siblings to be his brother and sisters? You ready for that? She got rights over him. She your mama. She his mama. You women need to get it together. I mean, you young girls. This is what happens when you brothers marry these 20 and 30-year-old girls. They don't think. All emotions are all over the place. They're going to destroy the kinship. Aren't you old men tired of being a daddy? Don't you want a woman that's older that can think on her own and support you and help you and push you? Why y'all keep marrying these little girls that need a daddy to show them how to think? No. I mean, you can take her milk, but you ready to share your baby with her? Ask her that. Ask her if she ready to share parenthood. You know, LGBTQ communities out there. Never know. My cousin said, "You're so funny, Laila." I'm trying to make it, not funny. Why do you want to share, sister? Tell me why you want to share what's wrong with your baby drinking Enfamil? I couldn't breastfeed my daughter. I had issues. They were too big. Would no milk come out. They were engorged. So my doctor put me on Enfamil. What's wrong with Enfamil? All right, next question.
Can a Muslim woman be a 911 dispatcher?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's long as you wear your hijab to work and dress the way you're supposed to be, that's a good job. They don't pay good money, but it's good enough for you, sisters. If you marry, yeah, that's a nice little income. Yeah, it's exciting. You get excitement. Yeah. Something wrong with that. And Allah knows best. Go ahead. The brother says, Sister Laila, you are comical. Oh, I'm glad you think I'm comical, brother, because I know I'm trying to make some humor here because I know I got you brothers in here listening too. Yeah, go ahead. Type your question. He got another question. Here we go, Fresno. Oh. Okay. All right. This is a problem. Okay. The brother just typed here that I referred him to Bukhari and Muslim. But he only reads Riyadh al-Salihin and 40 hadiths of Imam Nawawi. Are you with the Wallace D. Muhammad, brother? That's a problem. You know, again, guys, I tell you all the time, Riyadh al-Salihin and the 40 hadiths of Imam Nawawi are not sources. They're just books like Sheikh Atli. You know, the books I teach here, the hadith class I have here, these are hadiths taken from the authentic sources, put in a book written by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli, hadiths that he selected, that he likes to explain the meaning of, because he think if we ponder the meaning of these hadiths, they'll help us in life. But is Sheikh Atli's books a source? No. That's what the 40 hadiths and Riyadh al-Salihin are, brothers. They're not sources. And by the way, not all the hadiths in those books are authentic either. So you can't say that you believe in some hadiths and not others. Just like we can't say that I believe in some of the things that Allah commanded me to believe in, but not others. Either you accept Islam in its totality, or you're not a Muslim. Either you believe in the hadiths of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or you're not a Muslim. That's the reality. You can't pick and choose. And those two books are not sources. So I can't help you with that. That's why you don't know how to pray. That's why your prayers are not correct. Because you're not learning from the proper sources. You're basing everything on Riyadh al-Salihin and the 40 hadiths of Imam Nawawi. Come on. Oh my God. Dramali, if you listening, deal with that. This is what you brothers need to be dealing with. This is why the brothers 63 years old don't know how to pray. Because they don't believe in nothing but Riyadh al-Salihin, which ain't covering that. Or the 40 hadiths. That's not covering that. Nothing I can say, bro. Next question. Any other questions? All right. If there's no other questions, I think this is enough for today. Again, guys, tomorrow is Saturday. And Sister Samak, she's from Egypt. She will be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And she's going to do her class on the names of Allah. And I will stream it. Make sure you guys are here. In fact, here's a commercial